It's time for a totally hack top 5. I actually have a massive list of top 5 suggestions as suggested by the community, mostly on a Twitch stream. Once again, if more suggestions would be very gladly received, but as you can see I have a whole page of them now, so well, spoilers. No, I can't imagine you would have been able to read any of those. Anyway, today we're going to be doing top 5 pizza toppings, mainly because that's one of the few that I can actually think of 5 off the top of my head without having to research it. So that's fine. We'll start with top 5 pizza toppings. So I'm going to go in at honourable mention to start with, because this, I don't know if this is a topping. I don't know if I class it as a topping because you can kind of have it with any topping, and it is an olive oil drizzle. You wouldn't always have it. I personally wouldn't always have it, you know, kind of fattening. But it just adds a little edge, a little extra flavour to your pizza, an extra dimension. It doesn't take much, just takes a little bit of a drizzle just over the top, preferably with one of those nice Cruet bottles with like a little spout. I don't have one of those, but maybe in the future. And yeah, just a little drizzle over the top. Oh, nice little extra flavour. But again, I wouldn't really class it as a topping. It's just kind of a little extra. It's kind of like putting pepper on top or parmesan or something. Or basil. Speaking of which, pizza without basil isn't really pizza at all, is it? Anyway, on to the actual top 5. So number 5, pesto. I think I would class that as a topping. I have had pizzas with a generous helping of pesto on top, and it's been a nice addition. The only reason it's number 5 is because, well, A, it's not my favourite, B, sometimes it can get a little bit much. Pesto can be quite strong, not in itself, but it can be quite an overpowering flavour if it's not done right, so it wants to be subtle, and it's probably better with a lot of other toppings as well, I would have said. But a nice margarita with a bit of pesto is a good combo. There is a little bit of an issue with pesto. Unfortunately, it does contain parmesan, which itself contains calf rennet. So it's not really suitable for vegetarians, but you can get vegetarian pesto, so that's fine. And I mean, that's a whole other discussion anyway about using all of the animal. Maybe that can be tomorrow's vlog. But yes, number 5, pesto. Do you know, I've not actually had... I know you can get pizzas that have just got a completely pesto... instead of passata on the top or a tomato sauce, you use pesto instead and then put your toppings on top of that. Haven't tried that yet. I don't know if that might be a bit much. I would be willing to try it. But wouldn't go out of my way for it. Anyway, number 4, ham, but again going into the vegetarian angle, Quorn smoked ham, or any sort of ham, I suppose. It's a good addition to any pizza, particularly good with what I've got for number 3, which we'll come on to. Or if you pair it with like a pepperoni and maybe some bacon and some chicken, or the vegetarian equivalent, make yourself a nice meat feast. In fact, a bit of spice on that as well. Oh, that's a good pizza. Liable to fall apart, but all the best pizzas are. Yeah, the only problem, this may be an issue with smoked Quorn ham specifically, but like it crisps up, which isn't itself a bad thing, but it's not like completely crispy. It gets kind of chewy when it's been cooked, and again the flavour can be quite overwhelming. So best in moderation, like one slice will do for a whole pizza, because sometimes you put it on and then all you can taste is the Quorn. But again, good addition in moderation. And pairs very well with number 3. I've gone for sweet corn here. Now, I love a vegetable pizza. Give me Peppers, give me jalapenos, a tiny little bit of jalapenos. I'm not big on spice. Like a little bit of spice, but not like an overwhelming amount. Give me sweet corn, give me mushrooms. I love a nice, or even shredded carrot, a bit of grated carrot on top, maybe a little bit boiled. Oh, what a good pizza. A vegetable pizza is just, if it's done right, it's sensational. Again, liable to fall apart, liable to drop stuff all over the place, but that's why you get a box or a big plate. But the reason I specifically picked sweet corn is because you can just have it on its own and it makes for a nice little complement. It sweetens your pizza up, I suppose, appropriately enough given it is sweet corn. And you can just stick it on top of a margarita and it adds a little extra dimension. So, works really well on its own. Works really, really well as part of a nice vegetable pizza. And on a similar note, number 2, mushroom. Love mushrooms on a pizza. Fry them up just a touch first and then stick them on top of your pizza. Nice. And the beauty of mushrooms is I had a mushroom pizza once at a local pizza restaurant called Grappolo's. It's far enough away that I'm comfortable saying the name of it. I don't actually know how I pronounced it. Some people say Grappolo's, but I've always said Grappolo's. And it had a good 3 or 4 varieties of mushroom on it, and that's the beauty of the mushroom. Is you can get little button mushrooms and chop them up, or you can get a big flat mushroom, slice that up, or you could even get some tiny little shiitake mushrooms. They would be nice. I've not actually tried that before, but I think that would be good. Mushrooms. There's so many different nice varieties of mushrooms, and you can just stick them on a pizza, and it is, again, I go back to it works really well on its own. And you can do so much with mushrooms. You could garlic them up. You could saute them, like I said. You could. There's a lot you can do with mushrooms. This isn't the mushroom show. This is the pizza show. But do the thing with the mushrooms. Add it to your pizza, and it's a good pizza. And mushrooms have a very distinctive flavour, but I find that it doesn't matter how much mushroom you have on your pizza. It doesn't ever get overwhelming. It just sort of blends in really nicely. You could have the whole thing covered with mushrooms and you'd still be able to taste the whole pizza, which I think is the sign of a very good topping. But anyway, my number 1 topping is a topping that kind of has to go on its own. You can have it with other things, but it just detracts. It really, really wants to be on its own. And I'm going to say it, and some of you might think, oh, what a cop-out, but bear with me. I've written down exotic cheese. Now, obviously, your standard margarita, you've got lashings of mozzarella on top. You might even have a touch of cheddar in there. 1 point on that. If you overdo it on the cheddar, it's not right. It doesn't really taste like a pizza anymore. You just want a little smattering of cheddar just to give it that little extra tang, but not tons, because otherwise your pizza just goes all wrong. But you can then layer it. So you've got your base of mozzarella. You've got a little sprinkling of cheddar. And then you get yourself a delightful blue cheese of some description. Not like a mega strong blue cheese. Just a little bit. You take a chunk off and you crumble it over your pizza. Oh. Cooking it takes some of the strength away, so you're left with that delightful tang, and it just merges with the mozzarella, and it melts beautifully over your pizza. So you get these little pockets of blue cheese. And then you get something, you get a runnier cheese, you get like a brie or a camembert. When I've done brie before, I've found that it's, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting cheap Aldi brie, but it gets a little bit bubbly and foamy, which is a bit strange. But if you get a good brie and it melts, it,
Time extension.
how can I describe it? It just makes a new profile in your mouth. That's the best way I can put it. It takes you on a journey. Oh, I thought I wasn't recording then. It takes you on a journey, and just you've got this very strong cheddar, you've got the very strong blue cheese, but then it's softened by the brie and the mozzarella. You can keep going with the cheeses. You could add a bit of would a crumbly Lancashire work? I think it probably would. Just a little bit. You don't want tons of cheese. You don't want to like make a mountain of cheese because then it's just cheese. No, you want it to be a subtle extra difference, but it just takes your pizza into new worlds. There are a lot of cheeses that I could put on a pizza and we'll probably be very happy with them. So, yeah, that's my top 5 pizza toppings. Just to give you the quick rundown once again, number 5 was pesto, number 4 was quam, Quorn ham. Number 3 was sweet corn, number 2 was mushroom, and number 1 was exotic cheese. And as predicted, I've gone over my time, haven't I? Because I'm talking about pizza. I should make it abundantly clear. Love pizza. If this wasn't already clear by the episode, I am a huge pizza fan. I love making my own pizza. And, well, that's one of this weekend's jobs, actually. Going to make some more pizza dough. Maybe if you're very lucky, I've got a video idea of filming my process of making pizza, but it's a logistical nightmare at the moment because my kitchen's miniature, so maybe that can be a future one. But yeah, if you're very lucky, then I might vlog during the pizza production. That could be a possibility. Anyway, I'll leave it there because I'm rambling now. So, hope you enjoyed that, and please do share your thoughts and share your favourite toppings on a pizza in the comments. I would be very interested to hear them, and maybe there's some that I would like to try. But till then, see you all tomorrow. The wave. I never remember to think of a decent wave before the episode ends. Oh well, let's do a simple one.